Built on the site of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decades since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens.
Tyler Loop to kick off for Baltimore.
Tyler Loop is out and about ready to send this one away. And we're off from Baltimore. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10.
11 MC. Here we go.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. Good start to this one for them. Their first offensive snap picks up 9.
When you script that first 15, Kate, and that first play is a run play, you can't do it better than that.
Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down.
180, 12.
Slot man motioned over.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Bengals have a first down.
You want to drain some of the excitements of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
11.
First down, Burrow to throw. Downfield is fine, St. Brown. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 6-0 lead right away. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up first and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 7 Pirates, 18 Pioneer. Let go.
Airing it out to start this drive. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther, cut 19, cut 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready, right?
He's going to throw it. Complete Derrick Henry. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It's a gain of 9.
I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Bronco 80. Ready.
This is Henry on second. He's still going at the 30. Down to the 10. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish off their opening drive. Derrick Henry, the touchdown.
You know, Kate, I think one thing we've clearly learned about the analytics of this game at the NFL level, explosive plays matter. And to get one on the opening series, that has got to feel good for this offense.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens start off well to tie things 7-7.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
11. Here we go. 12. 180. 11 empty. Stop.
Burrow on the play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here we go. Big stop.
On 2nd and 10 now. It's Burrow. He's going deep this time. They connect on the deep shot. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Bengals take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
Ravens 7. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves. Ready.
The drive begins with Henry. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Hawk 70.
Another run for Henry. Gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Kevin Winston in on that tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Check, Bobcat.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard.
18 Cardinal, 19 Lion. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready.
Here's the snap on fourth. He's got it to his running back, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a first down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
62. 70 Lions. Buffalo 18. Trap 60, trap 60. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready, ready.
Working now from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
At their own 44-yard line.
On one, ready?
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Let's get set.
Right, 80. Stop.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd and 6.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. 11
They
MT.
send a man in motion.
Right, 80. Race up. 11 MT tight. 11 MT tight. 11. Stop.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Ravens get him. Down he goes. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Trying for St. Brown, but it's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. This one's to Andrews outright. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Get it. Ready.
He's dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Ready.
Give to Henry on the inside handoff. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Ready.
Third down here, need 8 on the play.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready. 7 Pirates. Bronco 80. Dragon 60. 19 Lions. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Third and long, they're going to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Dropping back to throw. That's complete to the back, Ashton Genty. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
The extra point is up and through by a loop. And the Ravens tie things up at 14.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. His return starts at the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. They'll go for the gun with Barkley. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackled there by Mike Green.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Now motion him out of the backfield.
11.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow gets everything he has under this one. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
Yards to go.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. It's caught. Chase has it. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he will not score, but he got oh so close, Brock. Out of bounds, 4 yards shy of that end zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally...
Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a second quarter lead. McPherson at the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ravens 14. Evan McPherson to kick off.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Henry gets it here to start the drive. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
On 2nd down, here's Henry again. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19 Lion, trap 60, trap 60.
They're throwing it. Pushes it towards his running back, but it's going to wind up incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
Incomplete.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And it's out of bounds without a whole lot of room for error. He hit it well. They're saying it's out at the 4. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. Dahan. 11, 11, 11, 11. Dahan.
They'll start this one out with Barkley. They're going the wrong direction. He's going to be sent backwards to their own 3. Offense in a hurry up here.
It's a loss of 2.
Burrow from the gun.
And 12.
Hits him on the out route. And the stop will be made as he gets this up to about the 18. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
And the Bengals
Move the chains!
first down.
Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 12, 12, 12.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Brings up 2nd and
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Now Burrow. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Burrow now on 1st down. Throw left is intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
the Ravens take over first.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him from picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
First down now, ball at the 33.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
From the gun, a run for Henry. They'll maybe get 2 out of that, so that play brings us to the 2-minute warning.
Okay.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready, ready.
Back to throw. Finding Flowers. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space behind those completions outside the pocket.
He'll set up the screen for Henry. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let's go.
And they're going to throw out of the gun. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this third down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
18, Pioneer.
Here he goes, third and long. Complete beyond the marker. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Here's Luke for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens tie this game at 21. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Gun.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle the line.
A gain of 5 brings up
11. 11.
Burrow to the air now. Finds the in route complete. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45.
Here we go.
Burrow back to throw. He's going deep. He's got it inside the 25. There's an injury out there after the play, and that's Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's being looked at by the medical staff. That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's first down.
It's good set. 11 MT. 180. Shot.
From the red zone now. Rolling left, buying some time. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Bengals take the lead just before halftime. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ravens 21. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive.
Get it. Let go.
All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. Open to head in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. Looking in the air here. It's a screen play to Genty. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
He's going to throw this one. Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
At the 15-yard line.
Ready up.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Panther and Cowboy 80. 19 tight, 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Ready up.
Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Complete to Tez Walker. It's a pickup of 6.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up. First and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Check smash, check smash.
Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that run may not remove the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Running once more with Henry. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
First down from the 42.
Go get him, go get him. Let's go now. 65, Cougar 19.
Now looking to throw. Hits his running back. Trucks a defender. Fights through another one. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper, shredding the slopes, or a dude shredding a defense just like that.
Four downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
They'll run here with Henry. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6.
Ready. Nice. Hook.
Likely's got it right side. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
On the double.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Shot. 7 Pirates. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Back to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 4th and goal. Tyler Loop after the Ravens to attempt this field goal. Very short kick here from the right hash.
Nice to pay off any drive with some points and able to trim the lead slightly there the first time out in the 2nd half. And even if they can't get into pole position, they just want to keep this thing close.
His return starts at the 5. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 180. 11 MT. Stop.
They go to Barkley again. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Stop.
Off the play fake. Burrow. Catch made left side by Judy. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Big 13. Big 13. 12. Stop.
1st down, Burrow to throw. Near the goal line. He's got a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals now lead by 10. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
24.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10.
Come on. 18, Rodler. Cowboy 80.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Finds a seam down the middle. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. They're getting even 40 out of that one. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
60 Bison. Ready.
Trying down the middle with Henry. And he cuts it back right. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
I like that old adage, Kate. Winning begets winning. You know what happens in the league? Explosive plays beget explosive plays, which often beget scoring.
9-yard line.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal.
Tag! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Check. Ready, right?
Here's Henry. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 12-yard line.
2nd and goal, they're going to throw. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
No stranger to this in his career, Brock. John Harbaugh wants his offense to tack on 2 more.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
He has it. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 9, so now they need 1 more here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Here's another carry for Barkley. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
Chances of stalling this drive defensively seem bleak, but how about now? Look at those odds changing, Kate. Still not great, but you could feel a little momentum on their side. Maybe they can muster it up and get back-to-back stops.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old-school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
All set to go now from the 35.
Gun. 11.
Man in motion out of the slot.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 MT Tate. 11 MT Tate.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. He's trying to push the field. He's got it at the 30. And he is going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. McPherson to add the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals make it a 10-point ball game.
42. Ravens 32. Evan McPherson.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let's go.
Throwing now off the play action. Hits him on the out route. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45.
Come on, set! Panther 60, Panther 60, let go!
Here's a give for Henry. And this run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Mustang 19, 70 Timberwolf, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, 19 Light, Warriors 70.
Second and manageable. He's throwing. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Baltimore first down.
Here we
First
go.
and 10 at the 29-yard
18,
line.
We give to Henry on the inside handoff. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Tag! 19.
Another run for Henry. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. So we'll take a pause for the injury, and that looks like Derrick Henry, who's in need of some assistance out there.
Ready?
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
Ready? Viking 18. Ready?
Giving this to Genty. And he's out just before he can hit the end zone, but what a nice first and goal here from the 2.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Ready?
Counter give to Genty. And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens making a 4-point game here in the 4th.
Touchdown, Ravens.
Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
So here's a big play from the Ravens as they line up for 2.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Stay open. Stay open.
And getting aggressive to cut into this lead works. They've got the 2-point conversion. Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it? See if you can be successful again. They do, and they are.
And I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like if you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure. And if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
And an excellent effort there sets them up almost at midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Side. 180. 180. Side.
Burrow from the gun. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. He takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep them short of the sticks.
180. Side.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. That one's caught. Judy has it. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Bengals have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Big 13, 11, 11. 11 mighty, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT.
Slot man motioned over.
11 MT, 11 MT.
To throw again, it's Burrow. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10.
Let's get set. Right 80. 11,
They've got a man in motion.
11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's 3rd down now.
Nick Wiggins on the tackle. It's a gain of 2 yards.
I'm wondering.
It's 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. 11 MT. Right 80. Right shot. 11 Thomas. 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Back to throw it. That's caught for the first. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back still doing it to this day.
First down, a run with Barkley. And they come through with a big stop there. Got him down for a loss as they keep fighting back here in the 4th.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Burrow setting up the play action. Completed to his running back. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Number 35. It's a gain of 7.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Bengals up by just a couple of points. Leading 4 here on 3rd down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive.
Here we go. Hey, can. Stop.
He'll throw it. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals push the lead to 2 scores now. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
Ready.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens set it up 1st and 10.
Ready. 1970 Lions. Warriors 70, 18, Pioneer. Ready.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Pass complete to Walker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
Second and 3
60
at the
Maverick,
42-yard line.
Panther 11, 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler, Cup 19, Cup, ready to go.
Looking for a pass on second and short. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Trap 60, trap 60. Mustang 19. Ready?
Looking to throw it. In by his back here is Shenty. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
At the 49-yard line.
Dragon 60. Set up. 19 Tiger. 19 tight. 19 tight. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
They are throwing it again. It's Genty underneath. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
Brings up second and 5 at the 45-yard line.
He's going to throw it again. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Bengals take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes first and 10.
Here we go. 11. Stop.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7.
Here we go. Stop.
They're going to pass it here. Completed over the middle. And he picks up the first down for the Bengals. And that is the last thing they need to lock away this win. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. That's all they had. So the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Line up the design keeper. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building.